Oh wait, actually, something is actually happening. Well,
I love how Loud is insulting you as if you didn't do perfectly
yeah,
on your
we
Sandshrew
did
both
perfect
times.
every single time. Excuse you. Oh, I mean, of course he cannot identify the footprints of Dusk Noir. He doesn't have any.
Except somehow Diglett knows there's someone up there.
Is this going to be one of those things?
One of which things?
When the legendary hero is actually a friendly guy that ends up playing a big role in your life, and then it turns out he's the villain.
I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil.
Okay. So I take that as a yes.
I think you're a little too well versed in the tropes. Oh yeah, Electrifier is back, so you can probably link moves to get Munchlax to actually use Recycle.
Yeah, that was the plan. These guys are still around.
Yeah, Zubat's like, wait, why are we here? I think it's funny that Kecleon is like, oh my god, the world famous Dusknoir, as if they're not stronger than him, like infinitely.
Oh, yeah. They're going to get in trouble again, right? I love the logic here. This item can only be obtained by trading over and over. Surely there has to be somebody in this world who is trading that item so that we can get it from the item trader. And how did that guy obtain the item in the first place?
If you could use tackle once.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked!
Oh, we are recruiting Shadow.
Can more of you people watching on YouTube join the Discord so we have things to name the Pokemon after? Thanks.
Yeah, but although by the time you do, we will have already finished this playthrough, so yeah.
Shh, join the Discord, become part of the community.
Oh yes, sure.
I just realized we should have team members named like and comment. You know, the important parts of Team Subscribe.
You are actually right, so yeah.
I don't tell people, like, we haven't. I don't have a big mouth. What do you mean? That's literally your entire design.
I am sure that was intentional. They are not in distress yet. I'm impressed.
I think it's funny he wrote out his stupid laugh twice.
Yeah, this is like in the Powerpuff Girls. Have you ever watched that cartoon?
Yeah, of course I've watched the Powerpuff Girls.
And whenever Mojo Jojo does something terrible and or kidnaps somebody, he always leaves behind a ransom note and or letter to proclaim that he is the one who committed the crime. And so it's like this letter being all bombastic about I did this and that, I kidnapped this and that, you will do what I say or else. And then it goes, this letter was written and signed by Mojo Jojo. And literally the first thing the Powerpuff Girls do upon reading these is go like, who could have written these? And they do the mumbling pose. And this is literally the same. That is a lot of levels. She's going to catch up really quick.
You're starting to fall behind Munchlax in the IQ department.
I mean, have you seen me play? Munchlax is definitely more intelligent than I am.
Imagine being able to recruit Yanmega. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
It didn't.
Yanmega's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Oh, I love Yanmega. How can you not love Yanmega?
I'm really glad Yanmega isn't real, but it is a very cool Pokemon.
Oh, we're recruiting Girafarig. Oh, I like it.
Like, join Team Subscribe.
Yeah. Top of the morning, my lads.
Oh no! Now I'm imagining Dusknoir. Okay. Top of the morning, dear ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye. Oh my god.
Yes!
You actually got the Tauros.
We are making our Girafarig into a special attacker.
Yeah, everyone's at full health. Anyway, this is a boss fight.
Okay.
Orbs do not work.
So let's make them come to me.
That's a good idea.
Ooh, I love it, bro. There you go. Guys.
Ooh, agility.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh no!
Still fine. Still fine. I am still under agility, And so yeah, now it's easy.
Honestly, we owe this one to like that agility.
Agility is the best move in the game. Okay, this was the first battle in the game that was actually fun. Because we had a strategy and the enemy was reasonably difficult. Yeah, how did they walk over there, place that item without getting attacked?
Oh yeah, right, I forgot, he knows what your power is called.
Why did they call it Dimensional Scream? It's not a scream.
Just like add like a different scream sound effect every time you use it from here on out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to edit it in the video, like yeah.
Or like you can go back and edit it in.
Like this, it's like
There's so many good scream sound effects.
I'm actually going to do that in the first video.
Yes.
And nobody will understand why the hell I'm doing that. So yeah, viewers, if in the first video you saw a lot of random screaming, now you know why.
Oh, that's actually good.
oh god.
I still love this logic. Oh, one of the necessary MacGuffins that act as pillars of reality and make it so that the world can function has been stolen. The police is on the case. Surely, you know, wouldn't this technically be kinda racist? Oh, officer, I was robbed. The culprit, instead of having to describe the culprit for the wanted poster, you can just say it was a viper, it was a dusk noir. Just say the name of the species and they all look exactly the same.
I was never thinking about that, but yeah, maybe. Then imagine the cops report like the first viper they find off the streets. Well, okay, you must have done it then.
Exactly. Unless it is Pinda.
Why would a crime victim perfectly remember the exact placing of the spots on a Spinda?
I mean, you also got robbed by a Spinda. There is also a lot to be said about that.
If you, guys, if you get robbed by a Spinda, it's your fault. Let them get away with it.
Yes. Oh, yes! I love Larvitar. Oh, but he cannot evolve. Yeah, never mind. Another one. Go away. Jesus.
Hi, it's me, Sandshrew. Oh.
It didn't work.
There he goes.
Tauros, are you actually going to do anything at all to help?
No.
No. Oh god!
Yikes.
Oh god!
Oh hey, look at Sandshrew.
Fuck off. No, I don't want you.
I didn't do it.
Oh wait, we didn't lost Larvitar. Hey, look at Sandshrew.
Which also has Sunveil, I take it.
Oh my god, Tauros, you idiot.
Okay, this is the end of the dungeon. I swear to it is going to make me do this goddamn dungeon all over again.
No, it lets you skip to the end. Just make sure you prepare yourself first, like, you know.
It's all you. Your goddamn children. It's all because of them, you know.
You don't like, get anything, do you? You just weren't there.
You sired. You sired these goddamn plagues of my existence. This is all your fault. Oh, my backside. I do not want to think about Munchlax's backside. That is literally the last thing in the world I want to think about.
I think you are a little behind in levels right now, though.
Am I?
Not that I can... Oh, I think Tauros is dead.
Oh, it's just going to not stop. Okay. Okay, that seems fair.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh lord! It's murdered!
What?
Our house are murdered!
I think we're done for today. By the way, Colorman, you do realize that my gimmick on YouTube is that I am the guy who gets how video games work. So all your explicit criticism to the way I play is going to get cut from the video because I need to protect my reputation.
You know, let me just say something.
See, this idea of recreating the way Pokemon moves work in the mine lane games, but with
Yeah,
roguelike
inherently
mechanics,
favors.
it doesn't really work because
It inherently favors special attackers because they get hit with range.
Sometimes I wonder if that's the problem, or if the problem is that the devs didn't know how to do math. Because when you look at the math behind this game,
It's a little
it
skewed.
makes no sense. It's a complete mess.
honestly, this is
Go
the kind
first.
of no, get away from me.
Ignore it.
Shockwave! See that still coming down?
Honestly, there is no sandstorm, so I could do it.
Yeah, do it, out of spite. Just remember how much you hate Rem.
You tell me this isn't bullshit. To be fair, Sandvale is bullshit even in the Mine Lane game.
I love how people used to try, like, I remember it was in Gen 5, right? Where people, like, started trying to ban, like, right after they banned Sandvale Gliscor and not the ability as a whole. People ran it on Cacturn just out of spite.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. There's going to be a boss, right?
That's okay, you can still beat the shit out of this thing.
And the boss battles are easy in this game. It is the dungeons that are bullshit. The next word is going to be me with the big exclamation mark. I'll bet you whatever you want. No, okay. Full stop instead of the exclamation mark, but yeah.
Your Epic 7 account.
I want the shoes.
I mean, I don't know why he punches you away so easily. Like, you were in top form after just kicking the shit out of Mesprit.
And I mean, I also have some PPs left on Flame Wheel, so I could probably kill these grass-type Pokemon in one attack. So now what? We are trapped in the area where the... How does this make sense? Like, shouldn't we just get frozen in time?
No, watch.
Of course. Because being frozen in time is not something that happens. No, there is a tangible wall of getting frozen in time
Yeah, of
that
course.
is advancing towards us, and we need to run away from it. This is so stupid. Why am I only now noticing that Loudred has a Wi-Fi symbol on his back?
He's just standing. Everyone might notice the Guildmaster's sleeping. Yeah, we already did.
Gee, everyone might notice that, huh?
I must rouse him somehow. Charlotte just like throws a perfect apple at him.
The pacing was terrible at the start of the game, but now it has gotten so much better. For starters, let's go as deep as we can. That's what she said.
Yeah, we lost Tauros.
Why? Honestly, I'm just going to send Tauros back to town.
Oh.
Critical hit. And miss, of course. Oh, I mean, you really had to make it super obvious, right? Yes!
No way!
Oh, exactly the exact
Hit
amount
the
of...
bell, everybody.
Are we going to fight Groville? I love it. The old school Japanese translation. Even if it means eliminating you.
Of course, traditional game trope.
Okay, obviously.
You win the boss, it cuts to you getting beat.
Yeah. Of course they know each other. Yep.
They know each other.
Okay, see, I give this game a lot of grief because there is a lot of bad game design. But when the storytelling stops holding your hand and starts actually telling a story, like in this scene right here, it is actually very good. This is a really good scene. Of course, it sounds kinda silly when he says the great Dusk Noir every single time. But that's because, of course, in Japanese that was Dusk Noir-sama.
Yeah, it was Dusk Noir-sama, yeah. Actually, that just clicked in my head. I mean, like, it makes sense now that I hear it, but...
Jesus Christ, guys. Bedside manners. Deputy Magnemite, I love this.
Any sort of legal system besides the cops.
Yeah. See, even now when he said Dusk Noir Sir, that's still Dusk Noir Sama in Japanese, but in English they worded it in different ways depending on the context in order to make sure it will still make sense.
I'm honestly surprised they did that.
The system, you know when you say, oh, this society, it runs on this system, this corrupted system. No, I like the fact that in the world of Pokemon and in Mystery Dungeon in particular, the system works. Like, they make it perfectly clear that the society you live in, it is a good society that works well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that.
Gorvile's here from the future.
I mean, I could have told you that. Why else would he want to steal artifacts pertaining to time if he wasn't a time traveler himself?
So I do a really bad crime and get in trouble for it. So if I go to the past and stop time, it'll undo that really... I'll never do that really bad thing I do. I'll never do that really bad thing. But, like, aren't you, like... Isn't that an exponentially worse problem you created?
Yeah, the logic jump here is very strong.
Oh, also conveniently, time stops at night. So
Yeah.
they can make it a gloomy situation where the sun never rises. Oh yeah, Corvish has a good question.
I do appreciate the fact that the characters are not stupid. They realize what the elephant in the room is, and they address it.
But actually, this does serve for a good explanation as to, like, why he knew that the Manectric were angry, and,
Yeah.
you know, various other things that are kind of yada yada off screen to make him look really cool. But, like, also, Dusknoir is an awesome Pokemon design.
There is only one name we can give.
Let's go! We see him roll! This is literally the first chapter of that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh yeah.
Beat someone up, they're now on your side, Rimuru gives them a name, friends forever.
Can you imagine Rimuru making a YouTube channel to talk about his adventures in the new world? And so he gives names to the people in the new world and it's like and subscribe.
Oh my god. That would be awful. I'd watch that, but that would be awful.
Yes, I was there when we were told these things.
Oh yeah, and then they set out a plan for Gorvile's capture.
Yeah. I always found Sableye to be really cute. Let me guess. We are about to travel to the future.
Welcome to the future. But I do want to say, this method of execution seems a little unnecessary and also needlessly...
Am I going to need to splice in the scene from Star Wars when they are in the Coliseum and they are chained to the columns?
Yeah, basically just punch the... The answer is punch the Sableye, obviously.
Oh, punch the little ghosts, huh?
Yeah.
While your hands are chained up. Oh, I remember this scene. Like, we blind them, and then they think we ran away, and so they chase us, but we are actually still there. See, he was using Dig. Of course, morning never comes. This is the dark future. Oh, Jesus. That's scary.
Oh no, the ground type used
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there's two. There's two of them boys. Word.
I mean, they are also dead, but that's not the point. I should hope so. I mean, if the water standing still is a good indication, Munchlax.
Arbok spelled backwards is Cobra.
Shut up.
Uh-oh.
Hey, the monster house.
Do you have any orbs on you?
I mean, this is actually very good because everyone here is weak to fire.
Everything's weak to fire, and then also Shelgon.
Yeah, and I just, you know, for the sake of the algorithm, I want somebody in the comment to be like, actually,
okay,
you
forget that I
were
said
playing
anything.
Shelgon, and that's why.
I'm at the way.
So, you know, that is good for the algorithm, so let's bait some more of that. So anyway, guys, did you know that everything in this dungeon is weak to fire? So go ahead and correct me in the comment, you fucking son. Oh, of course. Okay, guys. Time for an Oriental culture primer. You see, Spiritomb is said to have originated from the dead souls of 108 sinners.
Correct.
And yeah, that is a Buddhist number, which I'm not going to bore you with all the symbolism, but yeah, it is an important number in Buddhism. And so the idea is that in Japanese, Spiritomb would speak with the pronoun ware, which in English is translated with the royal we. So that is what was going on with Spiritomb with that scene. Okay, that is a lot of Pokemon weak to fire.
Actually.
I take it that that little thingy right directly in front of Munchlax, that's where Spiritomb is going to pop out from, right? I love
that's
how
so
that
cute.
is
This is my first time
sleeping
noticing that.
animation.
Spiritomb goes in the rock when it's asleep.
Please die, thank you.
Oh my god, that was brutal.
He got bite.
I mean, that's always what happens in this game. The boss battles and the monster houses are always super easy. So it's time to find out why the planet is paralyzed.
Yes. So basically, Dialga is connected to time both ways. So then when time goes wrong for reasons not connected to Dialga, Dialga also just goes crazy. Primal Dialga.
I'm kind of sad that they just immediately reveal the name now. Like, I never like it when in video games, like, there is a special form of something, okay? If in terms of gameplay mechanics, you give me that new name for the special form, that is fine by me. But when they actually make it a name they refer to in universe, and like here they're calling him Primal Dialga instead of just Dialga, that seems kinda forced to me.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It kinda disappoints me. That had they shown us at the beginning of the story, you just needed 10 minutes. In chapter 1, the first dungeon is a ruined temporal tower, and at that point you don't know it is the ruined temporal tower. That would have been so much better, because then this entire revelation would have been foreshadowed. Like, you beat the Shoguns at the end of the first dungeon, and then you just notice before you walk away, oh look, there are a bunch of notches in that wall. I wonder what they're for. And then later it is revealed that the time gears were supposed to go in those notches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a great story beat if you ever making a game of that kind. But, well, in the present, Temporal Tower hasn't been destroyed yet.
But that is my point. It would have been a smarter build if temporal power was, I won't say destroyed, but no longer functional in our time. And so you need to put in there the time gears to restore its functionality, because had they done that, this scene right here would have been a lot more poignant, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry that I'm once again behaving like a game designer right now.
No, don't apologize. Again, isn't that what your channel is for?
Yeah, but that is how I would have booked it had I been in charge of this game.
Also,
I
that might be
love that the protagonist is very pragmatic about this. It's like, okay, I don't know whether or not Groville is saying the truth, but regardless, it is clear that if you are going to do something, we do need to go back to the past.
So, like, you know, we don't know if he's friendly or not, but, like, he has a point.
Yes.
Never mind.
I mean, at least I found the stairs, so this is not going to be... This is not... Ooh, wow! There is Gabite in this dungeon. the tee in this situation, okay. I love the way they establish her personality here.
Yeah, they do it so well.
Yeah, this is a very good debut for... Oh, and it's a shiny set.
Yeah, she's shiny.
My petite proportion. I already love this character. My fight with you.
Oh wait, important line there. Celebi would devote her entire life to save the world.
I love that he uses the storage too.
Yeah. He's technically an adventurer.
That is cute, but...
Wait, hang on, let me make that I can make that face an emoji.
Oh yes, that needs to be an emoji on our Discord. That's probably going to become my new YouTube icon as well.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
one baka away from being a tsundere.
where is Steelix going?
Ooh!
Ooh, the super buff. Oh, they were tailing us for the sake of finding the passage of time and getting rid of it.
Once he becomes a villain, he is definitely among the scarier ones.
Ah, I love that she's in character even in a situation like this.
Celebi's just like casually, yeah, I can't be caught. It's just actively surrounded.
I was wondering, my dear Groville, she keeps saying my dear Groville. Is she calling him Groville-chan this entire time?
I'm never going to be able to unthink that, by the way. Thank you.
This is also a very good moment for character development. This is also written very well because we have established that Groville has a very strong sense of duty, and we also have established that he is a very rash person. And so he is very quick to dive into a mission, but he is also just as quick to surrender when he decides, okay, this situation is hopeless, we cannot win, so I'm going to immediately surrender in order to save my people.
Well, actually, about that...
Oh, now they're going to address that, okay. The reveal is also done very well. Although, did they not introduce ourselves to Groville earlier in the story?
Yeah, that was the one issue with this. Did you never introduce...
Oh, and that's why earlier he recognized us when we introduced ourselves. He had that moment of hesitation.
Yeah!
Okay, this is booked really well. Okay, this reveal right here, this is done very well.
Also, the animation with Duskmore laughing with the mouth on his stomach.
Oh, that's brilliant too, yes. He laughs not by opening... He doesn't have a mouth on his face, so he laughs with the mouth on his belly. At that point, I met Team Subscribe.
You met Team Subscribe!
If you watch the first Saw movie, remember that movie?
I don't think I've ever watched it, actually.
The end of that movie is set up exactly like this scene. Like, there is a reveal, and following that reveal, the bad guy finds himself in a situation of advantage, at which point you get a montage of all the scenes throughout the movie which had hints as to the true identity of the bad guy. And so that is the moment when everything visually, literally falls into place.
I see.
And here they're doing the exact same thing. This is a very good way of setting up a big reveal. This is a very intelligent way of booking this entire situation.
Kind of feel bad for Monchlex though. We kind of just got like dragged along in this.
Oh, and look at his face, he's crying. Oh, and they were like, okay, this animation is so good that we need to use it again before the scene ends. Oh, and it also makes sense that I am a master in time travel, but Dialga is literally the god of time. So he can override my powers. So how far back in time are we going to travel?
It's like the same distance of a time jump as you made last time.
But that is kinda dumb because...
Yeah, like this happens like everything, but...
Considering that the solution to this entire situation is to obtain the time gears, wouldn't it be smarter to travel all the way back to before Groville tried his first mission to grab the
Oh, absolutely. I think they just don't want to have to go into time paradoxes here. But it would have been really fun if you had to, like, fight Grovile. Like, you have your team of 3, including Grovile, fight a past iteration of Grovile trying to take the time gears.
This scene reminds me of every time I play a new game, and I say, okay, it is 9 PM. I am going to play 2 more hours, and then I will stop. And then I'm like, oh, hey, sunlight.
You blink, oh, hey, sunlight. Anyway.
Oh, of course, speaking of isekai tropes, the characters who actually have a personality, taking time to sit in a corner and talk about how special and how amazing the flat surf insert protagonist is.
Hey, at least it took this long for it to happen.
Fair enough, yes. They do it way more tastefully and way more interestingly than, say, Sword
Any
Arts
of them.
Online.
Yeah.
Mist Ball,
Mist Ball!
this is the second time in this playthrough that Matchlax has used the signature move of Latias via metronome.
I can always say what are the odds. I'm sure there's set odds. I just don't know how many moves. Of course, they don't show everyone. Are they going crazy about time going nuts? They just Munchlax is like, oh yeah, so I went to town.
Yeah.
Nobody knew me, but I managed to overhear everything. The hidden land is somewhere in this world. Real
Gee,
helpful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, so now we're going back to the guild.
Of course, this is a game for children, so we are going to just assume that everything will work out okay.
I mean, they do it, at least Munchlax proved like a good point, like, okay, this is like a wild story we'd be telling them, right? Are we sure they'd believe us?
Yeah, I do
'Cause
like
you
that
know-
they address it at the very least.